Often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show under the world of outlaws.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network tonight as we go side by side with the Extreme Motorsports 99. Tonight we are coming to you live from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. That's New Hampshire Motor Speedway for round 9, the United 70. That's the United 70, round 9 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro KNN series, brought to you by the Extreme Motorsports 99.com. I'm your commentator, Sean Zulu, and joining me up in the Dre Broadcasting booth is my partner in crime as usual, and producer David Everly. How you doing tonight, Dave?
Doing pretty good, Sean. How you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm doing good too, thank you. Well, tonight, like I had said, we have a heck of a race coming up from New Hampshire, but before we talk about that, let's take a quick recap from last week's race, the Pit Light 125. That's the Pit Light 125 at Kentucky Speedway. In that race, we had the 40 of Joshua Gillen bring it home for his first win of the season. After a couple of podium finishes, he was able to sneak into have his first win. Steve Dutz came out second. That was his second race and second victory. Wally Tierheimer third, Timothy Hamlet fourth, Caleb Daniels fifth, Dakota Craig sixth, Jeremy Rigney 7th, Damian Crump 8th, Brian Wasserman 9th, and Andrew Riley did round up the top 10. Well, moving on to our current point standings, ladies and gentlemen. The point standings were very, very close last week, as it was at Kentucky, but now they're even closer than they were last week. But Travis Pryor is still leading, but only leading with 1 point. He was unfortunately not able to make it last week, but so he is still leading, but only 1 point ahead of Wally Tierheimer. Tommy Amasi third place in points. We have Timothy Hamlet fourth place, and Tommy Amasi and Timothy Hamlet third and fourth place drivers only have 1 point between them, separating them. We have Christopher Smith fifth place in points, Garrett Helmlinger sixth place in points, and both Christopher Smith and Garrett Helmlinger fifth and sixth are both as well 1 point apart in points. We have Damian Crump and Caleb Daniels. These two drivers, Crump and Daniels, tied for 7th place in points. At the same time, they are tied, but only 2 points ahead of Brian Wasserman, who is 8th place in points. At the exact same time, Brian Wasserman is only 1 point ahead of the 19 of Eli Green. Actually, that's 13 of Eli Green. So Eli Green only 1 point behind Brian Wasserman for the 9th place spot. And Jeremy Rigney rounding up the top 10. Well, with all these close drivers in points, so let's see, that's gonna be 2, 4, 6, 7, a set of seven sets of drivers. Well, actually about six sets of drivers tied in points, and that is, I should say, only 1 point apart in between them. So it's gonna be these drivers trying to increase those gaps before the race ends here tonight. Well, Dave, what are we dealing with tonight in New Hampshire?
Taking a look here at the temperature, it's 78 degrees out with the wind out of the north at 2 miles an hour under partly cloudy conditions.
And as usual, the drive is accompanied by a 50% fuel limit. That is 50%. So we should expect to see 2 to 3 required pit stops as usual. But tonight, this is a 1.06 mile long track. That's 1.06 miles in length. And little to no banking, actually no banking. And that will really wear out these tires even more than usual, even more than last week at Kentucky Speedway. And as we speak, qualifying is now over. So here before too long, the gridding will begin. But as we get ready for the grid, we will give a lot of shout outs to everybody in the chat. Welcome back to the existing and the returning viewers, and welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network to the new viewers. Gonna give some shout outs. Please type it up in the chat, be active, say something, say hello, let us know what you're thinking. We have Pat T, good to see you, welcome back. We have Gone Fishing TV as well, back in the chat. Welcome back, Gone Fishing. Hope both you and Pat T are doing well here tonight. And Travis Pryor, good to be back. Absolutely great to see you back here tonight with the Pro KNN series. And hope you have an amazing race. You're only 1 point ahead of second place driver in points, Wally Tierheimer. We have Giuseppe Higuera cheerleading for the 40 of Joshua Gillen, last week's winner. We also have Pac-Man 9 Mil That's gonna be Pac-Man in the chat. Let's go, Joshua Gillen. So Joshua Gillen having 2 cheerleaders in the chat. Good to see there, Giuseppe and Pac-Man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our post-sitter here tonight is returning after missing last week's race, unfortunately, but that is the 81 of Travis Pryor, and his uncle right beside him, the 80 of Jay Pryor. We have the 48 of Christopher Smith. That is Christopher Smith. Third, 49 of Timothy Hamlet. Fourth, 98 of Dakota Craig. Fifth, that 33 of Vern Markheim had some bad luck last week, but tonight is going to be different. Absolutely going to be different. Starting 6th, Caleb Daniels. 7th, 19, Andy Starcher. 8th, Ralph Vanderforst, Mr. Highside himself. 9th, and the 40 of Joshua Gillen, last week's winner, rounding up the top 10. 86 of Adam Eisenhower. 11th, 23 Matt Ridgway. 12th, 94 of Garrett Helmlinger. 13th, the 83 of Hal Amy. 14th, the 05 of Tommy and Massey. 15th, the 25 of Timothy McBrayer. 16th, the 27 of Jason Anderson. 17th, the 44 of Damian Crump. 18th, and the 36 Jason Eisenhower. 19th, and Leonard West, that's Leonard West, in the 20th place spot, rounding up the top 20. The 122 of Aaron Mercer. 21st, Rick Mason. 22nd, Andrew Riley. 23rd, Eli Green. 24th, Gary Woolboss. 25th, David Wise. 26th, 28, Chris Boyles. 27th, 09 of Bryce Senesac. Actually, he's not racing. So we have, that's going to be the rest of the field. The whole field capped by the 28 of Chris Boyles, giving us 27 drivers starting tonight's race. Well, as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, we are now rolling, being led this time around by the post-sitter, the 81 of Travis Pryor, pace speed 55 mph. This is round 9, ladies and gentlemen. We crossed the halfway mark not too long ago, and for a lot of drivers it has been go time since then. Gonna see a lot of hard racing here tonight as the pace car dips off and Pryor finds the gas pedal. The green flag is now out. The 80 of Jay Pryor trying to challenge the 81 of Pryor for the race lead before turn 1. Oh, we have some spinning, wrecking in turn 1. Oh man, that's the big junk on lap number 1. Oh man, gonna see exactly how many cars this involved. More than half the field. Adam Eisenhower, Caleb Daniels, Dakota Craig, Timothy Hamlet, Tommy M. Massey, Jason Anderson, Jason Eisenhower. We have Jay Pryor, Damian Crump, Garrett Helmlinger, Andy Starcher, including Timothy McBrayer, Leonard West, 33 Vern Markheim, Christopher Smith, Rick Mason. Oh, Dave, that was a big one.
Yeah, it looks, going back here to begin, it looks like contact between the 48 of Christopher Smith and Jay Pryor, and that just junked it up here. As we're going to go here to the blimp view and just see, that's going to include a lot of cars involved in this. Well over, I'd probably say well over half the field there's got damage.
Oh man, indeed. When a wreck happens up front like that, it collects majority of the drivers. Very, very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved in that. But not to worry, ladies and gentlemen. These drivers still have one more chance at being competitive, staying competitive. They do have one backup car, one quick fix. So they should be out there with brand new machines. Well, for those who are terribly damaged, they should be out there, back out there in no time. But behind this pace car is still the 81 of Travis Pryor, 25 Timothy McBrayer second. We have Ralph Vanderforst third, Hal Amy fourth, and Jason Anderson in the 5th place spot. Oh man, Jay Pryor qualified second, but that machine has seen better days, getting one of the worst ends of that deal under that during the wreck there in turn number 1. Yeah, Patty, only one backup car. And we have Christy in the chat. Welcome to the Dre Broadcasting, Christy. We also have Andy Ridgway tuning in. Andy Ridgway, welcome back to the Dre Broadcasting Network. Hope you are doing well as well. And we have some damaged drivers who decided to stay out this caution. 80 of Jay Pryor, Andrew Riley, Caleb Daniels, including a couple of more. We have 40 Joshua Gillen going down this time around, but the 60 of Leonard West deciding to stay out another lap. And Hal Amy as well in the chat. Hal Amy, or I believe, yeah, that's actually Hal Amy's son typing. He did clarify that last week at Kentucky. And his son is rooting for his father, Hal Amy, the number 83. The number 83 here, Hal Amy status check. He is being shown in the 3rd place spot with some right front damage on the machine. The Coors Light. But he will still be able to do some damage to the track here once we go back to green flag racing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back 1 to green this time around, where we are 1 to green, and the 81 of Travis Pryor, the leader, deciding to start on the outside line because the leaders do have lane choice, and he will be accompanied by the 25 of Timothy McBrayer. On the inside line is Ralph Vanderforst with the help of the 83 of Hal Amy.
Yeah, most definitely. So this will be interesting. Hopefully we have a better restart than we had a start to the initial race.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, it looks like it was a difference in braking point there, because these machines do not have any tail lights whatsoever. It's very, very easy. Well, having no tail lights at the exact same time there with no banking, it does really cause a lot of conflicts. But off turn number 4, the pace car dips off, and Travis Pryor finds the gas pedal before the green flag flies, and the green flag is now out. And Ralph Vanderpool with hindsight himself sees it coming and maintains 2nd place spot, as we see some 25 of McBrayer drifts way high, and power move on the exit of turn number 2. No, he loses some time against Hal Amy and the 27 of Anderson.
Yeah, but look right there. I mean, the 80 of Jay Pryor, he's got a damaged machine, but he's still sitting right there in 6th. Good thing it's only a mile track. That damage isn't really going to affect him too much, as you don't really need too much draft here.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, that explains exactly why a lot of the drivers who got involved in the incident decided to stay out, and he has some more banging in the back. No harm done. We are still green flag racing. Oh, one driver off the track, 80 of Jay Pryor, I believe. No, scratch that. He hit the wall. Gonna try and find the machine.
It's gonna be the 10 of Caleb Daniels here as we go back and take a look, see what happened to Caleb Daniels. So we put the Dre Broadcasting replays. We're still under green currently. So taking a look here. 3 wide coming out of the turn, holding that middle lane. That back end just broke loose, sending down into the inside wall.
Oh, absolutely, man. A nice save by Caleb Daniels and keeping us green flag racing. But as a result there, Caleb Daniels gets some additional damage on the machine. At the exact same time, he lost spots, momentum, and speed. And now is currently lying behind the 05 of Tommy Amasi, who is in the 22nd place spot. And Amasi with a heavy rear end dent, and is trying his best to make the best of the machine despite that, as he lets the 10 of Daniels around him on the outside.
Timothy McBrayer just lost it coming out of the same turn down into the inside wall. Looks like that turn 2 is going to be the dangerous one.
Oh man, indeed. So many tail-happy machines. Looks like the drivers might be laying into the gas a little bit too soon, or I should say too hard too soon. And that is not what these machines want, at least just not yet. But once the drivers generate enough heat into these tires, they should be able to push these things a little bit more at the exact same time. That could work against them, because those tires do end up wearing out in the long run. 83 Hal Amy sideways has spun out on the track in turn 4. The green flag, oh no, the caution flies this time around as Hal Amy has corrected it.
Taking a look here at the Dre broadcasting replay, we're going to focus on Hal Amy. Looked like he just lost it, so it looks like these guys having a little bit of traction problem there. As we see the 83 of Hal Amy there is right there, right coming out of turn 2. Saw a car behind him get loose. He comes down on the inside there. Doesn't make contact with the apron, just, yep, the back end kicks loose and around he went.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate indeed for the 83 of Hal Amy, but nice save by keeping that machine unscratched, because he was able to not hit anything, and no harm was done, no additional harm was done. And a new viewer tuning into the chat, they call me Red, welcome back. They call me Red, hope you're doing good. Yeah, and Hal Amy might have gone a little bit too low. So here, these drivers will be also avoiding the lane that's closest to the yellow line. But up front, Travis Pryor going down pit road, leading everybody down pit road, and the majority of the field will follow. But one driver staying out. First lead change on lap number 14. We have Chris Voyle staying out as one driver gets the wave around the pace car 98 of Dakota Craig. Dakota Craig back on the lead lap on lap 14. And so far we have some drivers 1 or more laps down. We have David White and Christopher Smith. David White being shown 1 lap down, and Christopher Smith being shown 3 laps down. And ladies and gentlemen, for those new viewers here to the Dre Broadcasting Network, welcome. And last season we were able to crown a first ever champion here, and that was 57 of Hunter McDaniel, first ever champion of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro K&N Series. But now he has been promoted to the Truck Series on Tuesday nights and the Xfinity Series on Wednesday nights. So this is, the throne is open for anybody to take. At the exact same time, these drivers are still racing hard for that, to try and be the second ever champions of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro K&N Series. Tonight, round 9, the United 70. That's the United 70. And we also have Lee Ridge in the chat. That is Lee Ridge. You go see there, Lee. It's been a while. Well, up front, Eli Green takes over the race lead, and we are now back 1 to green. We had some drivers get the wave around the pace car, namely David White and Christopher Smith. And now Eli Green will be accompanied by the 27 of Jason Anderson on the outside line. On the inside line is the 81 of Travis Pryor with the help of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. We are going green this time by. Off turn 4, that pace car takes a hard left. The green flag is out, and Eli Green gets that demanding lead against 81 of Travis Pryor, and third place driver who is being challenged, 86 of Adam Eisenhower and 27 of Anderson. But Anderson might fall short. Yes, he does, as Eisenhower clears him successfully before turn number 2. And for the back, 23 of Matt Ridge trying to challenge the 44 of Damian Crump side by side. Now single file, as Damian Crump was able to get around Matt Ridgway for now.
Yeah, I mean, it'd probably be better for these guys to get single file here. Is Ralph Vandervoorst. He's looking underneath the 33 of Vern Markheim, just not able to complete the pass. Vern is going to hold that position, but pretty much it looks like from here back a little ways, it's pretty single file.
Yep, and Ralph Vandervoorst, Mr. High Side himself. We do call him Mr. High Side for a reason. And tonight he should be able to use that advantage, the outside lane advantage, the longer we go into the run. So fingers crossed to see Ralph Vandervoorst at work. And for the back in the pack, 18 of Rick Mason. Rick Mason has come a very, very long way from the 22nd place spot to 12th place behind the 10 of Caleb Daniels. And we had a driver forced to the back of the pack. That was 13 of Eli Green, unfortunately, having some bad connection issues. Went from the lead to the back of the pack.
Got 3 wide action here coming into turn 3 for, looks like they are battling for 4th position right there. Actually, 3rd is the 27 of Jason Anderson, now under fire from 23 of Ridgeway. But he is going to commend it as they come back into turn number 1.
And Damian Crump trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Those birds being 31 of Riley and 23 of Ridgeway. Ridgeway power move on the exit of turn 2 and will clear the 44 of Crump successfully. And now 31 of Andrew Riley trying to do the exact same thing. Trying to make a pass on the outside against 44 of Damian Crump. But 23 of Matt Ridgeway, lack of grip, goes way wide, way high. But off turn 4, he does propel again.
Here comes the 31, Andrew Riley. He's going to look down underneath the 44, Damian Crump. Oh, Damian Crump had to get hard on that brake air as the 31 started to slide up, but the 31 is going to take 5th position away.
Yes, he will. And for now, for Damian Crump, trying to catch a grip, trying to find a groove, trying to save some tires at the exact same time with the new update, ladies and gentlemen, here with iRacing. The drivers who save the most tires are going to be the most successful drivers. And these drivers know that. We've been seeing a lot of tire conservation lately so far, like last week at Kentucky, and here tonight at New Hampshire. A lot of drivers just riding single file in the back of the pack, trying to save these tires. They're going to start picking off these their opponents one by one in the long run. And for the back in the... Oh, caution flies on lap 22.
That looks like that's going to be the 25 of Timothy McBrayer. We seen him earlier lose it on the exit of turn 2. Let's pull up the Dre broadcast and replay here, see if we can see what happened here. Oh man, looks like coming out of the turn, he just pushed right up into that outside wall. Yeah, he just slid up into the loose stuff, got into the outside wall, and it shot him all the way down to the inside wall there coming out of turn number 2.
Oh, absolutely, man. Very, very unfortunate indeed for the 25 of McBrayer. But going back up front behind the pace car, we are being led still by the 81 of Travis Pryor in that awareness, autism awareness machine. That is a very, very well-dressed machine by Travis Pryor for an amazing cause, for a great cause. And one driver gets the waiver on the pace car, the 83 of Hal Amy. Hal Amy back on the lead lap on lap 24.
Well, I think we're going to join Pat T in wishing the 80 of Jay Pryor an early happy birthday. Apparently his birthday's on Saturday, so happy early birthday there, Jay Pryor.
Absolutely, and the status check on Jay Pryor, brand new machine behind the 19, actually 98 of Dakota Craig. And Jay Pryor qualifying in second place right beside the 81 of Jay Pryor with the 29.699. Pretty fast. Oh man, and so far the heaviest movers this far include the 23 of Matt Ridgway, actually up front, the 86 of Adam Eisenhower from 11th to 2nd, Jason Anderson from 17th to 3rd, Matt Ridgway from 12th to 4th, 31 Andrew Riley from 23rd to 5th, Damian Crump from 18th to 6th, Jason Eisenhower from 19th to 8th. We also have the 18 of Rick Mason from 22nd to 10th. Chris Voiles 27th to 11th. The 60 of Leonard West, that's Leonard West from 20th to 12th. And the 122 of Aaron Mercer. This is actually Aaron Mercer's second race with the Extreme Motorsports.com Pro K&N Series this season from 21st to 16th. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now back 1 to green, still being led by the 81 of Travis Pryor, who is starting on the outside line. The leaders having lane choice with the help of the 23 of Matt Ridgway. And on the inside is Adam Eisenhower with the help of the 27 of Jason Anderson. And we have Travis Pryor warming up those tires to avoid that very, very deadly wheel spin on their restart. We also have Damian Crump doing the exact same thing, a little bit of wiggle here and there to get that heat generated. And on the exit of turn 4, going green. The pace car dips off, the green flag is out. Travis Pryor finds the gas pedal, but 31 of Andrew Riley was caught sleeping and will still maintain a 6th place spot against 36 of Jason Eisenhower and 10 of Caleb Daniels. But up front here we do have the 23 of Matt Ridgway trying to apply pressure to the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. So far single file to turn 3. And we have here on the outside line the 94 of Helmlinger and the 18 of Rick Mason side by side, but Mason fell short of the exit of turn 4 as Helmlinger was able to get around him successfully for the 9th place spot. And now we have the 28 of Chris Voiles as well getting around the 18 of Mason successfully for the 10th place spot. And now Chris Voiles being new to the top 10, well, he actually led a lap or two there under caution, and now his next victim being the 94 of Helmlinger. Oh man, unfortunately we have lost our first driver, the 33 of Vern Markheim, retiring early tonight. We look forward to seeing this driver back again after next week, because next week Extreme Motorsports is off, ladies and gentlemen, for the Christmas holidays, Christmas holiday. So we look forward to seeing Vern Markheim back for round 10 at Sonoma Raceway. And 98 of Dakota Craig. Dakota Craig is inside being occupied by the 80 of Jay Pryor as the caution flies on lap 29.
That is going to be the 60 of Leonard West there. Looks like maybe turn 2 got another victim here. So we pull up the Dre Broadcasting instant replay. Taking a look here is the 60 of Leonard West there. Oh, started with the 83. 83 got loose and unfortunately couldn't save it. Got up into the 60 here, so let's take a look at the 83 of Hal Amy. It looks like he just lost it coming off of the turn. That back end kicked around. Looks like turn 2 is collecting a whole lot of victims here tonight.
Oh, indeed. That is a third victim turn number 2 has claimed. So 3 victims claimed. A few more to come by the time the night is over. But the more these drivers race on this track, the more they get used to it in the long run. So they will be used to that before too long, and they should be able to go down pit road and make some adjustments to try and counter for that later on. Well, up front, we are still being led by the 81 of Travis Pryor, who is on pit road as we speak, with the majority of the field, and 28 of Chris Voiles staying out. And this, ladies and gentlemen, gives us some time to get a race interview in, so let's focus on the 122 of Aaron Mercer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have the 122 of Aaron Mercer up here in the Dre broadcasting booth. Get a cup there, Aaron. Aaron Mercer, get a cup there, buddy. Oh. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get a word in with the 122 of Aaron Mercer, but we will keep trying before the race is over. And the cautions are quite quick here, so we will get the next interview if we have another caution later on. And Tommy Amasi moving up from 15th place to 2nd place as we speak, behind the 19 of Andy Starcher. And here, let's see, we had Andy Starcher stay out, Tommy Amasi stayed out, the only two drivers to stay out. That's going to give them 7 to 8 laps, 7 to 8 lap difference on their tires compared to everybody else. But that most likely will not affect them negatively at all. And here we have Adam Eisenhower 3rd, Travis Pryor 4th, and 94th, Garrett Helmlinger in the 5th place spot. And a new viewer in the chat, that's going to be Malcolm. Welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network there, Malcolm, and hope you're doing well. Well, we are now back 1 to green, being led by the 19 of Andy Starcher, the alien, and one of the aliens from last week at Kentucky. And he's being accompanied by the 81 of Travis Pryor on the outside line, the 05 of Tommy Amasi starting second, or leading the inside with the help of 86 of Adam Eisenhower. Well, off turn 4, the pace car dips off and Starcher finds that gas pedal immediately. Great restart against the 81 of Travis Pryor as the 05 of Tommy Massey was caught sleeping. And right now Tommy Massey trying to play catch up, trying to hold off Adam Eisenhower in 23 of Matt Ridgway. Matt Ridgway power move on the outside line against the 05 of Massey on the exit of turn 2. Slingshot engaged as he brings the 86 of Adam Eisenhower with him.
Yeah, they're going to make easy work there over the 05 of Tommy Amasi, but I tell you what, look at Travis Pryor. He makes it easy work to get around the 19 of Andy Starcher to regain his lead here in New Hampshire.
Yep, and Andy Starcher for now will ride and try and pounce at a later stage. Last week at Kentucky, we had the honor of having Curtis Vollmer up in the Dre broadcasting booth. As we noticed, the 19 of Starcher have a heck of a race, heck of an appearance last week, right there at Kentucky. And tonight, he is also one of the fastest drivers. So here before too long, Travis Pryor will be under fire in the long run. And 23 of Matt Ridgway 3rd, trying to occupy the inside of 86 of Adam Eisenhower for 3rd place, but Adam still putting on a hard fight.
Yeah, I think the outside's the place to be, as Adam Eisenhower makes it easy to get around him, but looks like they're going to try to get to the inside there of Andy Starcher. Nope, they're just going to drop back into single file.
And further back behind them, 36 of Jason Eisenhower trying to make some moves, but he falls short of the exit of turn 4. Short enough for the driver behind him, this being the 1-2-2 of Aaron Mercer, to gain some time against him as they approach turn number 1. And some more side-by-side going on. 8-0 Jay Pryor, 31 Andrew Riley high and dry. He tries to do the crossover. Oh no, but 80 of Jay Pryor defends that spot against him. And Andrew Riley tries to cross him over, but not enough room, not enough time to do it. And for now, he will ride single file as he just lost that 8th place spot. But right now, he's trying to pick the inside of the 80 of Jay Pryor as we speak.
Jay Pryor back up inside the top 10 after that early wreck on lap 1. So he's working his way back through the field here as we've got 26 cars out on the track right now and only 23 on the lead lap.
Yep, and David White right now battling side by side with the 94 of Garrett Helmlinger. And so far seems like you talked about the outside line coming into play. Oh man, 94 of Helmlinger gets a little bit loose there and drifted a little bit too high. But off turn number 2, the slingshot was engaged, but not enough to challenge the 59 of David White. And some new viewers in the chat tuning in. We have BMJ for the 40 of Joshua Gillen. Welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network there, BMJ. Hope you're doing well. And Curtis Vollmer, one of the aliens here with the Extreme Motorsports99.com Camping World Truck Series. Also a special guest from last week at Kentucky Speedway. Hope you're doing well there, Curtis. And also Dustin Weaver, welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network. And Dave, this track having no banking, it seems as though at this stage these drivers are trying to take while they can, because once those tires go away, a lot of single file.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's looking like these guys are having a hard time making a pass on the inside. As we watch the 28 of Chris Boyles, he is working the 36 of Jason Eisenhower, and he's actually going to be able to complete that pass there coming into turn 3.
Yep, and Eli Green did follow him, as right now Jason Eisenhower not in the clear just yet. Next opponent, 48 of Christopher Smith. And Christopher Smith in here, no harm to Jason Eisenhower, because Christopher Smith is the first driver 1 lap down in need of a caution, so he can be able to get that 1 lap back with the lucky dog and be back on the lead lap. But so far, Christopher Smith trying to get by the inside of 36 of Jason Eisenhower. But the more these two drivers battle, the more the 49 of Hamlet smiles. And 83 Hal aiming on the inside of 49 of Timothy Hamlet. Timothy Hamlet power move on the exit of turn 4 and clears him successfully before turn number 2.
Yeah, but the 49 there dives to the inside there of Jason Eisenhower in the 36 machine. They are going to be door to door almost coming off of turn number 2. So they are still battling, but Hal Amy just watching as we see the 49 go ahead and get around Jason Eisenhower, but here comes the 83 of Hal Amy as well. No harm done there as the 83 is a lot down as well.
And status check on the 40 of Joshua Gillen, last week's winner. Haven't spoken much of Joshua Gillen tonight, if any, but he is currently in the 21st place spot behind Mr. Highside himself, Ralph Vanderforst. And that machine, that Kobe Eye Paints machine by Gillen, has seen better days. But despite that, it's not stopping him from maintaining his heavy foot and his need for speed. At the exact same time, the 60 of Leonard West as well, who has the worst machines out there in terms of conditional damage, is being shown in the 23rd place spot. Just so far taking it easy, riding for now, trying to buy his time, trying to get well acquainted with his machine lap after lap, because ladies and gentlemen, the handling of these machines do change with every single lap, because the track condition is changing.
Well, not just that, but the damage too. I mean, it's pretty beat up, so he's probably got to fight that car, waiting on a caution. Probably not going to get his backup car until later in the race, so hopefully he can stay out in front of the pack here and stay on the lead lap.
Oh, absolutely, man. You know, it's it's difficult enough for these machines to rotate with no banking here. And it's even worse with that heavy damage, so that is double the negativity when it comes to rotation. So which means he has to carry less speed through the turns for him to be able to make those turns. And that's a lot of time lost to the leaders. And so for the 60 of Leonard West, the 60 of West is the last driver on the lead lap and vulnerable to going a lap down. And at this point, the leaders are being shown about 5 to 6 seconds behind him.
I tell you what, though, look at the 81 of Travis Pryor. He is already out to a 2.2 second lead over Adam Eisenhower, who's moved up into second. He's got about 1.4 second gap over Matt Ridgway. Damian Crump, he's about another second and a half behind Ridgway. And Caleb Daniels right there, just about 6/10 behind Damian Crump, rounding out our top 5 right now, Sean.
Oh yeah, man, this field getting very, very spread out as we go. And here Caleb Daniels trying to catch up to the 44 of Damian Crump. Damian Crump with a little bit of sideways action. Entering turn 3, no harm done as Daniels tries to benefit off the exit of turn number 4. And we have here 31 of Andrew Riley trying to hold off the 27 of Jason Anderson.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have completed 49 laps, going on to lap 50 here of 125 laps. We're going to go ahead and step away for our first commercial break of the night. We'll be right back here on the Dre Broadcasting Network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the United 70. That's the United 70, round 9 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro Can Series, brought to you by the Extreme Motorsports 99.com. And for all the viewers out there who would like to be a part of the action, meaning you'd like to be a driver here with the Extreme Motorsports 99, on Monday nights they have a road series and a Can series. Tuesday nights is a truck series. Wednesday nights Xfinity series. And on Thursday nights, a Cup series. So you guys can join either of those or any of those based on your experience, because they do place you in certain series based on experience. So check them out at extrememotorsports99.com. Drop the first E in Extreme and start with the X, extrememotorsports99.com. And you're all watching this live on the Dre Broadcasting Network. And going back to the race, Travis Pryor still leading, now having a 5.1 second lead against second place driver 86 of Adam Eisenhower. We have Matt Ridgway third, Caleb Daniels fourth, and Damon Crump fifth.
Yeah, most definitely so. This is interesting, but Travis Pryor, man, he is checked out. I mean, there's no other way to put it right now. He is 5.4 seconds ahead of Adam Eisenhower. We are on a long green flag run, about 30 laps since these guys last pitted. We are looking just 66 laps to go as we approach the halfway point of tonight's race.
Yep, and since we went to commercial break there, Travis Pryor was able to put at least 3 drivers one or more laps down. We had Rick Mason, Leonard West, including 25 of Timothy McBrayer, who lost 1 lap to the 81 of Travis Pryor and the rest of the field for that matter. And here as we speak, we do have the 19 of Andy Starcher. Andy Starcher in the 7th place spot, trying to keep 31 of Riley behind him, but that might not work for too long because Riley is hot on his tail and trying to pounce. And these drivers this time around, ladies and gentlemen, have ran about 32 laps on their tires and tanks, coming to 33 here before too long. So pit stops should, I should say, pitting in should open. I should say the pit window should open before too long. Oh, the caution flies on lap 62. We have a driver who spun out on the exit of turn 2. That was the 44 of Damon Crump.
Well, let's pull up the Dre Broadcasting Instant Replay here with the 44 of Damien Crump. See exactly what happened to him. So, as we go back and take a look here, we're going to focus on the 44. Let's pull it up here as he was coming through. Looks like turn 2 again. Turn 2 got another victim. He got up into that loose stuff and into the outside wall. He locks it down so everybody can get around him. But real unfortunate there. Real heavy damage now on the 44 of Damien Crump.
Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah, that wall definitely got him. He tried counter steering it while sideways, but there was no coming back once his right rear smacked that wall. But that could have been worse. But nice save by Damon Crump and keeping everybody out of that. Well, going back up front, Travis Pryor, 34 laps on his tires, same as the majority of the field, going down pit road right behind him this time. And the driver in line for the lucky dog is the 18 of Rick Mason. Oh, man, we have 40 of Joshua Gillen. Joshua Gillen, heavy smoke from the rear end, crawling down to pit road as we speak. And if we do not go 1 to green this time around, that will give us some time for a race interview. Speaking of the race interviews, let's focus on one of the drivers here racing. Let's speak with the 59 of David White. Well, ladies and gentlemen, an Eisenhower Racing driver 59 of David White. Get a up there, David.
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen. How you doing up there?
Good, how are you?
We're doing pretty well, considering how the race started for us. We finally got ourselves up in the top 10, and hopefully we'll be able to keep it going.
Oh man, yes you did. Great race on your part this far. You did start in the 26th place spot and currently in 9th, and I've been taking names ever since. And how's the machine handling, man? No banking and a lot of bad tire wear?
Yeah, the tire wear is pretty bad. We're not doing well with the tire wear, but good thing we've been having some caution, so we're not having to go for a full fuel run with the tires.
Oh, copy that, man. Well, buddy, you've come a very, very long way here this far in tonight's race. We still a long way to go, and your race seems to be going quite well. What are your plans until the very end, man? With the way you've been doing, you think you have what it takes to spank these boys tonight?
We're just going to take it easy and be conservative like we've been doing, and hopefully that'll help keep us out of trouble.
Oh, copy that. Good luck to you, buddy, and make us proud.
You too, guys. Thanks.
That was David White as the green flag is now out, and Travis Pryor, great start, restart against the 10 of Caleb Daniels. Caleb Daniels trying to play catch up this time around as Adam Eisenhower trying to poke his nose into the inside of Caleb Daniels, but Daniels defends the spot against him. Oh man, Matt Ridgway off turn number 2 almost smacks the wall and loses enough time and speed momentum against 19 of Starcher and the 80 of Jay Pryor, who get around him.
80 of Jay Pryor, I mean, we've seen him go to the back after that first wreck. He's moved his way up into the top 5 now.
Oh man, he has, and he's still on a roll as we speak. He did qualify in the second place spot. That was no coincidence, that was no luck, that was all pure skill. But 23 of Matt Ridgway giving him a run for his money, and right behind them 19 of Andy Starcher watching the battle between them side by side from the shotgun view. And look at that, 13 of Eli Green. Eli Green is still out on the track with a dent in the rear that he sustained there early on, but he still is being able to maintain that speed and momentum despite that. The inside of 19 of Starcher, but Starcher power move on the exit of turn number 2, right behind 23 of Matt Ridgway, but 13 of Eli Green falls short before turn 3. And the 98 of Dakota Craig, Kobe Eye Paint's machine, and right behind it is 28 of Chris Voiles. We've seen Voiles here tonight. He did lead some laps. He was in the top 10 there early on as well, and is now 13 of Eli Green into the wall, bounces off it unharmed. Oh, nice save by Eli Green, but sustains some more right side damage, and momentum lost and speed.
Yeah, he's still got his backup car, I believe, so he might be using it, waiting to use it here in the later stage of the race, as we've got 56 laps to go. These guys running right about 30-second lap times right now.
Yep, with this tire wear increasing, basically the terrible tire wear, the grip is getting less and less. With that said, the lap times are getting a lot slower. 13 of Eli Green sideways. He is pushing the machine to the limit, and that machine is really crying. But Eli Green trying to get the job done regardless. And for the back in the pack, Ralph Vanderforce with high side himself right behind the 49 of Timothy Hamlet. Oh, Eli Green sideways off turn 4, almost smacks the wall. Nice save. And we are still green flag racing. And we have the 18 of Rick Mason. Rick Mason got the wave around the pace car during the last caution, back on the lead lap, and is now being shown 19th behind the behind 31 of Riley and the 122 of Aaron Mercer, but 83 on his inside. That is Hal Amy trying to still use that spot to his advantage. Oh, 18 of Mason goes sideways off turn 4, smacks the wall, and the caution flies.
Well, as we pull up the Dre Broadcasting replay, we're going to focus on the 18 of Rick Mason here. Take a look exactly what happened and what brought out the caution here. Is he was running the real high lane there. It looked like he got into the loose stuff as he was battling with the 83 of Hal Amy. Yep, that back end just kind of kicks around and around he goes. Wow, we have to go on board with the 83 of Hal Amy, because that was close. How he missed that, I'm not sure. As we were watching the cockpit, as the 18 goes right in front of him, I mean, he just barely misses him.
Yeah, Hal Amy let off the gas in time. Great driving by Hal Amy. And Rick Mason there, and very unfortunate indeed for him. He gets the worst end of that deal. Well, the only one who got a piece of the action with some heavy smoke from the rear end, unfortunately. And is now going down to pit road. He makes it successfully into his pit stall. And status check on Rick Mason. I do not believe he has a backup car. Nope, Rick Mason, no backup car, which will force his pit crew to work on the machine. Hopefully they have enough time to straighten it out and bring it back to life for the race ends. And at this point we have 51 laps remaining and 75 laps complete. So we have Travis Pryor still leading, Caleb Daniels second, Jay Pryor now in third place, Adam Eisenhower fourth, and Matt Ridgway in the fifth place spot as one driver gets that wave around the pace car, the 48 of Christopher Smith. That is Christopher Smith back on the lead lap on lap 75.
Yeah, most definitely. But I tell you what, right now Travis Pryor has led 66 laps here tonight. Nobody can pass him, so he has officially led the longest, most laps here tonight. As there is nobody on the track with 51 laps to go that can pass him up as far as laps led. So congratulations to the 81 and Travis Pryor.
Oh, most definitely, man. What a comeback for Travis Pryor after missing last week's race at Kentucky. He came with quite the vengeance here to try and get the job done. Well, make an appearance, and he did just that. And last week, his biggest opponent in points, Wally Tierheimer, was present while Pryor was not present. But tonight, his biggest opponent, Wally Tierheimer, is not present while Travis Pryor is present. So it's pretty much a reversal of what happened last week and this week. And Wally Tierheimer did talk about last week in his interview how he had a business meeting to attend to. So that's why he's not been able to be present here tonight. But look forward to seeing him back after next week at Sonoma Raceway. And we have David White. David White still maintaining the top 10 position, the 9th place spot behind the 98 of Dakota Craig and Jason Eisenhower from 19th to 11th. Oh man, Gary Woolbot. Gary Woolbot was keeping low profile pretty much all race long, but now is trying to get up there with less than 50 laps remaining. He did go from 25th place to 12th place. Andrew Riley 23rd to 13th. Eli Green 24th to 17th. Aaron Mercer has gone to the back of the pack. He was up there in the top 10, but now in the 19th place spot. And so on and so forth. Some drivers here in the further back in the pack, but these positions will keep changing as the race goes on. And we are now back one to green, and the leader Travis Pryor this time deciding to start on the inside line for a change with the help of the 80 of Jay Pryor. They have found each other again. The 10 of Caleb Daniels with the help of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower on the outside line.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be nephew and uncle on the inside. Then you got Caleb Daniels and Adam Eisenhower on the outside. So wonder if they're going to work together to try to get 1 and 2. But we'll have to see, because I think Caleb Daniels got something to say as the pace car is off, and off goes the 81 of Travis Pryor. is the 10 of Caleb Daniels, now under fire from the 80 of Jay Pryor.
And Jay Pryor slides into the front of the 10 of Caleb Daniels, and off turn 2, Caleb crossover moving gaze. Oh, not close enough to make it stick, and will ride for now. And Adam Eisenhower in the 4th place spot, trying to come up right behind the 10 of Caleb Daniels. But so far here, there is a gap in between them.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for some crank it up. So that's right, turn that volume up. We're going to let you hear these cars roar.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, was the Crank It Up cam, courtesy of the Dre Broadcasting Network. We hope you guys enjoyed that, listening to these machines sing and roar as one. As right now we still have Travis Pryor in the lead, Jay Pryor 2nd place, but only 3/10 behind him. Caleb Daniels 3rd, Adam Eisenhower 4th, and Matt Ridgway in the 5th place spot. But I got a feeling that just changed. So Travis Pryor still leading, Jay Pryor 2nd, Adam Eisenhower 3rd, Caleb Daniels 4th, and Matt Ridgway in the 5th place spot. And looking in the chat, we have Tama S. Tama is back in the chat. Welcome back, Tama. Hope you're doing well. And Tama S is cheerleading the 86 of Adam Eisenhower here tonight, who is running in the 3rd place spot as we speak. We have 19 of Andy Starcher. Andy Starcher in the 6th place spot, ahead of 98 of Dakota Craig. We have Chris Voyles, Garrett Helmlinger. Garrett Helmlinger here keeping a low profile so far in the top 10 still, but Chris Voyles approaching the 98 of Dakota Craig and the 19 of Andy Starcher.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a really good race so far. Let's take a look at our race report. We've had 6 cautions here tonight for 22 laps, but we've had 5 lead changes. But Travis Pryor now leading 76 laps of the 85 ran.
76 laps of the 85 ran. That's a lot of laps by Travis Pryor. And once again, congrats to Pryor so far, having a Sunday drive, leading all these laps and putting a gap in between him and his uncle, the 80 of Jay Pryor. At further back in the pack with the 7 of Gary Woobot. Gary Woobot only 1 spot behind, or I should say 1 spot away from the top 10. And the driver here holding the keys and the door to the top 10 is the 49 of Timothy Hamlet. But so far, Gary Woobot is creeping slowly but surely to the back bumper of the 49 of Hamlet. And Eli Green on the inside of 13 of Eli. Oh, they make contact. They go sideways. Eli Green, Andrew Riley. Oh, wrecking off turn 2. And the caution flies.
Well, as we pull up the Dre broadcast and replay, we're going to focus right now on the 31 of Andrew Riley. See if we can see exactly what happened here as we go back here on the replay. As they were side by side coming out of, it looks like turn number 4 there. Contact between Riley and Eli. Eli goes up. That's out of turn 2. Unfortunately, the 27 going to get involved in that as well. Joshua Gillen's going to get involved. The 44, Damian Crump, and quite a few other cars. So this should be able to take us last time these guys probably will pit the remainder of the race.
Oh, most definitely, man. Yeah, that was that turned out to be a bigger wreck than I thought it would be, because it collected a lot of drivers that were close to it, right behind. But very, very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved in that one. But Travis Pryor leads everybody down pit road for their final pit stop of the evening. And here the driver next in line for the Lucky Dog is the 40 of Joshua Gillen. Joshua Gillen, Hal Amy, the first 2 drivers 1 lap down. We have Damian Crump 2 laps down, Leonard West 4 laps down, Timothy McBrary 11 laps down, Rick Mason 14 laps down, and we lost Vern Margheim unfortunately early on. He is being shown 61 laps down and dropping. And status check on Rick Mason. Rick Mason is still on pit road. Last time we checked on Rick Mason, he had some heavy smoke from the rear end, as his pit crew is hard at work trying to fix that machine the best that they can. Timothy McBride, status check, he is back on the track, being shown behind the 44 of Damian Crump. And Damian Crump as well, 2 laps down, heavy damage, and got a piece of the action that caused this caution. And this gives us time to get another race interview in. So let's focus on one of the drivers. Let's focus on the 98 of Dakota Craig. Well, ladies and gentlemen, joining us up in the Dre broadcasting booth is the Kobe I-Paint's driver 98 of Dakota Craig. Good to go up there, Dakota.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, just trying to keep this thing under me.
Oh man, I can only imagine. And you have your hands full here tonight, man. New Hampshire, no banking whatsoever. A lot of the tires are wearing out pretty quickly. How's the race going besides that?
It's doing pretty good, just trying to stay out of other people's wrecks and gonna try to win one tonight.
Oh, copy that, man. That's exactly what we like to hear. And how is the machine handling when it comes down to it, man? Because we've noticed Turn 2 has claimed about 5 drivers now.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. Just trying to get everything to handle. I can't pass on the inside, but that's something I'm learning though.
Oh, absolutely, man. Well, you are now 1 to green here this time around behind the 8-0 of Jay Pryor. Dakota, make us proud, and we look forward to you winning tonight's race here in New Hampshire, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
And that was the 98 of Dakota Craig with the Gillen Motorsports team. But now on the exit of Turn 4, we are going green, being led still by 81 of Travis Pryor. And here the pace car dips off, and Travis still holding pace speed. The green flag is now out, and Travis Pryor demanding lead against the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, who is side by side with the 8-0 of Jay Pryor on his inside. And Jay Pryor was drifting up. He did let off to avoid pushing up more. 86 of Eisenhower sideways. Oh man, what a heck of a save by Eisenhower. Yeah, but the green flag is still out, and Adam goes from 2nd place to about 5th place in 1 turn.
Yeah, I mean, just lose a little bit of time. It's a short track. It's only a mile track, so fortunately, you get a little sideways, have to let off. You're going to lose some time in positions.
Oh yes, you will. And so far, Adam trying to hang on to. Oh, he's spotting. Goes sideways again. Entering turn 3. Is pushing that machine to the limit, and the caution flies this time around on lap 93.
Well, that's going to involve the 60 of Leonard West there, who was 4 laps down. So let's take a look here, see what happened to the 60 as we pull up the Dre Broadcast and instant replay here. Focusing on the 60 as he was riding. Oh, contact between him and the 122. And that sends him up into the outside wall. He did have a new car, but now it's damaged up there on that left side.
Oh man, very, very unfortunate. Unfortunate for the 60 of Leonard West and the 122 of Aaron Mercer. But Leonard getting the worst end of that deal. And let's see now, 32 laps remaining. And Travis Pryor still leading. Jay Pryor second, Caleb Daniels third, Andy Starcher fourth, and Dakota Craig in the 5th place spot, rounding up the top 5. And these drivers just pitted in about 6 laps ago, so they most likely will stay out. Yep, Travis Pryor staying out, and the majority of the field following his lead. And nobody going up. She scratched that. David White, Joshua Gillen down pit road as we speak.
Yeah, 31 laps to go. So you're looking, if we go green, just 15 minutes left in the race here, as they're running 30-second lap time. So that's 2 laps a minute.
Yeah, pretty much, absolutely. And once it goes green, something tells me it will be go time for these drivers. The drivers who've been keeping a low profile so far. Ralph Vanderforst, Mr. Highside himself. We had Jason Anderson, who was running in the top 10 there for a while, but decided to go to the back of the pack. Will be working his way up there again. Jason Eisenhower, same thing. From the back of the pack, he was up there, but went to the back to just ride. We had Hal Amy and Joshua Gillen as well, who just got his lap back during the last caution, and very eager to do some damage. We had one driver get the way around the pace car. That was 44 of Damian Crump, back on the lead lap on lap 95. And we have not spoken to the 66 of Ralph Vanderforst in a while, Mr. Highside. Let's actually get a word in with him. Well, ladies and gentlemen, joining us up here in the Dre Broadcasting booth is Mr. Highside himself, Ralph Vanderforst. Get a cup there, Ralph.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, having fun.
Oh man, we are glad to hear about that. And Ralph, tonight, man, you have your hands full. This track is one of the tougher tracks, having no banking and being a fast track at the exact same time. How's the race been for you so far?
Oh, my strategies have been try to survive. That's all I've been trying to do.
And Ralph, we know we always call you Mr. Highside. Have you been able to live up to that name tonight?
I can't find any speed tonight. I'm just going to be happy with the top 10 tonight.
Oh, copy that, man. Well, you've been staying alive this far. It's been amazing to see. And you'll be starting behind the 05 of Tommy Amasi. But Ralph, you are now back 1 to green, buddy. So find 5th gear. It is go time. Something tells me it is. We'll look forward to seeing you in victory lane.
Okay, thank you.
And that was 66 of Ralph Vanderforst, restarting in the 15th place spot behind the 05 of Tommy M. Massey. And we are now back 1 to green, still being led by 81 of Travis Pryor, scrubbing those wheels, trying to avoid that very, very deadly wheel spin on the restart with the help of the 19 of Andy Starcher. On the inside line, 80 of Jay Pryor with the help of the 98, actually with the help of the 10 of Caleb Daniels. Going green with a 28-lap shootout coming up. Well, the green flag is out, and Travis Pryor, great lead against the 80 of Jay Pryor. The 10 of Caleb Daniels, 19 of Starcher, side by side as we speak. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with only 28 laps left and 98 laps complete, we take another commercial break this time around. We'll be right back, so please stay tuned.
Don't let your first date be your last. Visit People Against Distracted Driving at PADD.org.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the United 70. That's the United 70, round 9 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro KNN series, brought to you by the Extreme Motorsports 99.com. So check them out at Extreme Motorsports 99.com. Drop the first E in Extreme and start with the X, Extreme Motorsports 99.com. Well, welcome to back to the Dre Broadcasting Network there, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are enjoying the show here this far. And we are under caution, but we are going green. We are back one to green. Still being led by the 81 of Travis Pryor on this restart with the help of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower on the inside line. We are being led by the 80 of Jay Pryor with the help of the 19 of Andy Starcher. And once we go green, a 21-lap shootout awaits us. That's a 21-lap shootout. So fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on to those seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride. It is go time for a lot of these drivers. So a lot of friendships are about to be broken. Exiting turn 4, going green. The pace car dips off. And Travis J. Pryor both put it down the floorboard. They are now drag racing to turn 1. And 19 off Starcher, 86 Eisenhower side by side for the third place spot, but off turn number 2 Eisenhower. Oh man, sideways off turn number 2 by Adam Eisenhower. Oh, contact! Starcher in 98 Dakota Craig. Caution flies on lap 105 with 21 laps left. Oh man, it collects a lot more drivers. Oh man, it involved also Ralph Vanderforce, Aaron Mercer, 05 Tommy Massey, Joshua Gillen, 98 Dakota Craig, and 59 of David White. Also 13 of Eli Green. Gonna see exactly who might have been involved.
Yeah, looking from the blimp here, I mean, oh, wow. That is a lot of cars, and they can just keep piling in there. There's too many names to say there, Sean, but there's at least 10 or not, if not more cars that got some significant damage from that.
Oh man, absolutely. That's very, very unfortunate indeed. And that's going to be a turning point for some drivers. Well, for most drivers here, with coming to less than 20 laps to go. Now 20 laps to go as we speak. That was very unfortunate indeed. But hopefully, a lot of those drivers still have at least one, well, their only backup car tonight, so they can be able to finish this race nice and strong. Well, going back up front, we are still being led by Travis Pryor. Jay Pryor second, Adam Eisenhower third, Chris Voiles fourth, and Christopher Smith in the 5th place spot. Actually, that just changed. So Travis still leading, Jay Pryor second, Adam Eisenhower third, Chris Voiles fourth, and Matt Ridgway in the 5th place spot. And pit road so far consists of Tommy Massey, Dakota Craig, Caleb Daniels, Ralph Vanderforst, David White, Joshua Gillen, and Gary Woolbot.
Be interesting to see. I mean, we're at 19 laps to go. We're going to have about 15 lap shootout when we take the green flag.
Oh man, 15 lap shootout. Getting closer and closer to the checkered flag. These drivers knowing that, ladies and gentlemen, keeping in mind as well that this is round 9 of 15. For those who might just now be tuning in, this is round 9 of 15 for the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro KNN series. And this 15-week schedule consists of 2 drop weeks. So 2 drop weeks meaning 2 of the 15 races will not count against these drivers. They will be dropped, and that's always a good thing for everybody out there. So iRacing fixed setups, 50% fuel limits. That's 50% fuel limits for every single race this season, and 2 drop weeks with default iRacing weather. Well, here as we speak here, 60 of Leonard West is on pit road getting some damage fixed, and Damien Crump rode off pit road despite some heavy damage, and Damien Crump has had the worst luck here tonight, and hopefully his next race is better when we go to Sonoma Raceway, the road course. Just one more reminder, ladies and gentlemen, next week Extreme Motorsports 99 is off. Next week, Extreme Motorsports 99 is off. No racing next week. So the next race here in the Pro KNN series is going to be on January 1st. So January 1st, ExtremeMotorsports99.com, round 10 at Sonoma Raceway. And we are now back 1 to green with a 16-lap shootout coming up, being led still by Travis Pryor with the help of 28 of Chris Voiles. On the inside line, the 80 Jay Pryor with the help of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. Going green, 16-lap shootout. Also in line, we have Matt Ridgway starting side by side with a 48 of Christopher Smith, 13 Eli Green, Garrett Helming side by side as well on the restart. And the green flag is now out as we have a lot of, 48 of Christopher Smith gets sucked into the wall. But before turn number 2, the wall sucks him out, or it spits him out. Actually, that was turn number 1. And they make contact between him and the 23 of Matt Ridgway. No harm done. 86 of Adam Eisenhower in the wall. He bounces off it. All speed momentum lost, and a spot to 23 of Matt Ridgway. At the exact same time, Eisenhower still under fire from the 13 of Eli Green and 48 of Smith.
Yeah, this is a little hornet's nest here. I mean, we're looking 15, 14 laps to go now as they cross the start-finish line. 15 laps to go. I mean, you've got a heck of a hornet's nest. You've got Adam Eisenhower, Christopher Smith, Eli Green's there, the 94 of Garrett Helmlinger, and the 31 of Andrew Riley. I mean, this could get explosive real quick.
Oh, it could. So many tempers will be lost here before too long. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, it is 100% give. 100% take and 0% give. The friendships are out the window. Teamwork is out the window. Every man for himself. Bring the checkered flag home or the steering wheel home, and nothing in between. And for the back in this pack, Helmlinger sideways, 94 sideways off the exit of turn 2. Nice save, no harm done. Still green flag racing, lap 112 with 14 laps left.
Yeah, everybody knows lap 125, checkered flag, that will end the race, but you're looking 4 laps, so at lap 121, any flag after that, that will end the race. As these guys are still battling it out, we are being led by Travis Pryor. Jay Pryor sitting in second. Chris Boyles up into third. He's now coming under fire from the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, who got loose and lost that third position, but now he wants it back.
Yep, that Hardy's machine. Chris Voiles is going to try and secure that spot the best that he can. At the exact same time, try not to fall for the mind games that Eisenhower might be playing against him. But the caution flies this time around on lap 114. We're going to back it up and see what happened.
Well, I do see the 05 of Tommy Amassi's involved, but I think this is going to involve a lot of cars. As I see a lot of cars there, so let's go back to the Dre broadcast and replay. It actually was between the 83 of Hal Amy there and the 27. Oh, big junk car up on its roof. I think that's going to be the 27 of Jason Anderson. Let's go back and take a look here, see if we can see exactly what happened. Yeah, just a whole lot of junk. Jason Eisenhower involved there. The 25, Timothy McBrayer. Wow. Big junk. Tommy Amassi involved in that. A lot of cars damaged from that, Sean.
Oh man, what a sad ending for some of those drivers' nights, getting involved in the last big one and this big one as well. And the 1-2-2 of Aaron Mercer cannot seem to catch a break. He get involved, it looks like trouble seems to be finding a way to get to him. But so far he is being shown in the 12th place spot behind the 83 of Hal Amy. But once we go green, we will have less than 10 laps remaining, ladies and gentlemen. Less than 10 laps to go once the green flag flies the next time around. And we have Dakota Craig on pit road, Jason Anderson on pit road, and Damian Crump is still on pit road. He has been for a while now, because last time we checked on Crump, he was getting some of that damage fixed. No backup car left, unfortunately. And same with the 40 of Joshua Gillen. Joshua Gillen having an early night here tonight, being shown 8 laps down and dropping. And we have Joshua Gillen there tuning into the chat. Welcome, Joshua Gillen. So far the heaviest mover we've had in tonight's race is the 28 of Chris Voiles. Chris Voiles went from 27th to 3rd, gaining 24 spots this far with less than 10 laps to go once the green flag flies next time. So a 7-lap shootout. So 2 laps after that, if a caution comes out, it will end the race. So fingers crossed for the next restart. We also have here Eli Green from 24th to 7th, Andrew Riley 23rd to 8th, Aaron Mercer 21st to 12th. You know, for being involved in the last incident, Aaron Mercer, his machine seems to be doing quite well, looking quite well. Despite that, the front end has everything to show for it, and the rear end is unscratched. Not a single scratch on that beast, representing the Maverick Motorsports team.
Yeah, this is going to be a good little shootout here between these guys as they come around of turn 4. Waiting to see if the pace lights are going to come off. We are coming to 8 to go. Let's see, do the pace lights shut off this time? Yes, they do. We are 1 to green. That means we are going to have 7-lap shootout here for the checkered here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, try a time to break those hearts. This is the time to put on 3 to 4 seatbelts, because 1 or 2 will not do the job. Hang on tight. It will be a bumpy ride. Bring the checkered flag home. That's bring the checkered flag home or the steering wheel home, and nothing in between. So fingers crossed for that. And hang on once again. Hang on tight. It will be a bumpy ride. We have Travis still restarting ahead of 86 of Adam Eisenhower on the outside. On the inside, Jay Pryor and Chris Voiles on the inside. The pace car is off and Travis finds the gas pedal. The green flag is now out and Jay Pryor sees it coming. 86 of Adam Eisenhower 3rd place and line single file so far entering turn 1. But Chris Voiles under 5 from 48 of Christopher Smith side by side. And Chris Voiles 4th place trying to secure that. Off turn 4, Slingshot engaged by 48 of Smith side by side for turn 3.
Yeah, but I mean, these guys are battling it out. We are 7 laps to go, coming to 6. Basically, after the next, not this time they cross, but next time if they cross, more than likely it's going to be under yellow. We'll have to wait and see, but just a few laps. Lap 120 of 125, being led by Travis Pryor, leading 110 laps here tonight. Jay Pryor, his uncle, sitting in 2nd, who's now coming under fire because here comes the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. He is right on that back bumper as he thinks about looking to the inside. Backs it off a little bit here as Jay Pryor trying to maintain that 2nd. Here comes Adam Eisenhower to the inside.
Yep, Tama definitely at the edge of her seat. At the same time, the 80 of Jay Pryor here does have Pat T at the edge of her seat. And as we speak, Adam trying to figure out a way to set up Jay Pryor with now 5 laps remaining. At this point, the next flag ends the race, ladies and gentlemen. The next flag ends the race. 49 of Timothy Hamlet. Timothy Hamlet now behind the 28 of Chris Voiles for the 6th place spot. Yep, we have Matt Ridgway 7th, Eli Green 8th, Andrew Riley 9th, and Garrett Helminger rounding up that top 10. And so far, Hamlet trying his best to apply pressure to the 28 of Voiles, but Voiles has seemed to have found 5th gear and is trying to not lose any more spots and already lost 48 of Smith behind the 86 of Eisenhower.
Yes, the front 3, though, they're kind of getting spread out a little bit here. There's 6/10 between Jay Pryor and Travis Pryor. And then there's another 6/10 behind Adam Eisenhower and Jay Pryor. So these top 3, but Adam Eisenhower, he is under fire right now from the 48 of Christopher Smith.
Yep, Chris fell short on the exit of turn 4. As a result there, Adam was able to maintain that spot. Oh, Chris Smith goes sideways. Oh, he's going to spin out. Oh, he saves it, but the caution is going to fly. And that's going to end the race with 3 laps to go.
Well, as we saw that live, let's take a closer look here with Christopher Smith. Looks like he just lost it off of turn 2. Turn 2 had another victim here tonight. This time the 48 of Christopher Smith, as Christopher Smith was trying to get around the 86. That back end came around. He tried to save it, but unfortunately he went sideways all the way around, stopped on the track, causing the caution that's going to end the race and give Travis Pryor tonight's win.
Oh man, Travis Pryor having his 4th win. That's going to be 4th win right here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. What a heck of a race it's been here tonight. One of the tougher tracks here on iRacing. No banking, heavy tire wear. That is a very bad combination, but these drivers brought their A game here tonight. And Travis Pryor leading the most laps tonight. Jay Pryor coming out 2nd, Adam Eisenhower 3rd, Chris Voyles 4th, and Timothy Hamlet in the 5th place spot. But those results are still unofficial, so next time around we will get the final results, because this now is the white flag. And Joanne Pryor is now back in the chat. Joanne, welcome back. Has been a while, and great to see you. Hope you're doing well. And somebody gets the wave around the pace car here with 1 to go. That's the 19 of Andy Storcher. Andy Storcher going to be 8 laps down at the end of the race. Great job to Andy for getting that lap back right before the checkered flag here on lap number 125. Well, off turn 4, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time, the 81 of Travis Pryor brings this thing home at pace speed 55 mph for his 4th win of the season. Very impressive. So this is the official results. Travis Pryor 1st, Jay Pryor 2nd, Adam Eisenhower 3rd, Chris Voyles 4th, and Timothy Hamlet in the 5th place spot. Will be riding with the 81 of Travis Pryor for his victory lap, and hopefully a smoke show by the end of it. And also stay tuned for top 3 interviews, so top 3 drivers interviews, also a special guest. Well, Travis Pryor, you earned it. The TV is all yours, so please blind us. Well, up in the Dre Broadcasting booth, we are joined by Travis Pryor, Jay Pryor, Adam Eisenhower, and our special guest, the 28 of Chris Voyles. We're gonna start with tonight's race winner, the 81 of Travis Pryor, having his 4th win right here at New Hampshire. Get a copy there, Travis?
Yes, I do. How are y'all?
Good. How are you?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. I can't be more happy with the way the result happened tonight.
Oh man, I can only imagine. You led the most laps tonight, pretty much dominated the whole race. But tell us about your experience tonight when it came to the tires.
I'd definitely say the tires were a really big key to just track position and be able to hold your ground on these long runs. There's a couple of people that took 2 tires, you know, on some restarts, and it definitely got them up there. But I definitely think 4 tires was the best route to go. I took 4 every single time, and I think that was what was able to help me stay up front on these longer runs.
Oh, most definitely, man, and what a heck of a success on your part here tonight, saving those tires. And how were you? What was your strategy, basically, coming into tonight's race? What was your mindset after coming from Kentucky last week?
Well, my whole mindset, I had to, unfortunately, couldn't race last week. Had an incident that happened, so I was unable to race last week. But the whole mindset watching last race at Kentucky. Whole thing on my mind is to come out here next time I'm able to race here and make a statement, and hopefully I did that, and hopefully I can take this momentum out, and with the practice I put in, and see what I can do the rest of the season.
Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah, we definitely did. We missed you last week, and tonight you came back with quite the momentum. That was amazing to see, having 4 wins so far and leading 116 laps. Well, Travis, before we let you go celebrate, man, you have Pat T in the chat, including Joanne Pryor, all rooting for you, both you and Jay Pryor. But before we let you go celebrate, man, any final words?
Yeah, I definitely want to say congrats to my Uncle Jay. I might have came out with the win right here tonight, but I have to say that my uncle probably had a better race than I did. He had gone through the struggles he did at the beginning of the race and was able to field and finish where he did, and it's quite amazing. I want to thank y'all for broadcasting these races. Y'all still do a great job every single week. Stream Motorsports again, and anyone else that takes the time to watch all of us do this. It's awesome to have.
Well, congrats on your success once again. 4 wins so far this season, and see you again after next week at Sonoma. Have a good one, buddy. Go celebrate.
Thank you. I will.
That was the 81 of Travis Pryor. But next in line is another Pryor, the 80 of Jay Pryor. Good to come up there, Jay.
I got you, Sean. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Good to be here in this second place position. 1-2 for Maverick Motorsports tonight. And if I'm going to lose to somebody, I can lose to Travis Pryor, and I'm all right with that.
Oh, copy that. Jay tonight starting second, finishing second. And Jay, we've talked about how you have not had, even Travis Pryor talked about this as well in one of his interviews in the past this season, talked about how you have not had the best season yet. Wrecks seem to find you wherever you may be, and tonight you ended up getting caught up in the first wreck there in turn number 1 during lap number 1. How were you able to recover from that?
Well, I know once I went back in the back and I had to use my backup car, only thing I could do was be patient, and some of the cautions helped us get back up front and just keeping my head on straight. And that's been my problem this year. As I start getting fast and everything, I start making mistakes, but I'm slowly getting it, and feels good to be up here.
Oh, copy that, man. Well, congrats on your success here tonight. And you talked about how you were taking it easy when you decided to, when you ended up being in the back of the pack due to that wreck. But we still saw you battling. How were you able to save tires while still spanking these boys?
Well, I've done a lot of laps here this week and a lot of practice, so that helped me out a lot. But yeah, we figured out the tire thing here. In those long runs, we was really strong. But great race tonight.
Oh, indeed. And Jay, as well, you have Pat T in the chat, including Joanne Pryor, making them proud as usual right before the Christmas break here coming up next week. Well, buddy, before you go celebrate, any final words?
Yes, first of all, I want to thank you guys in Dre Broadcasting. I watched you guys all year, last year with Travis and all, and that drew me into the iRacing thing. And you and Dave do a great job. And I want to thank ExtremeMotorsports99.com for giving us a place to race. Vern Bradley and Hunter McDaniel, Mason and Bryce, they do a great job. And I also want to thank my mom, Pat T, and my sister, Joanne, which is always out there supporting mine and Travis's racing. And I want to give a big thank you to them.
Well, congrats on your success right here tonight, Jay, right before the break. And look forward to seeing you once you're back at Sonoma Raceway. Enjoy the break and have fun.
Merry Christmas to y'all. Thank you.
And that was the 80 of Jay Pryor. But next in line is the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, making Tama in the chat extra proud. Get a cup there, Adam?
I do. Thanks.
How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing great. Happy to be on the podium again and in the interview booth. Feels good.
Oh, 10-4, man. Glad to have you. Man, tonight was a turning point, and last week, Adam, was not your night. It did not seem like it. You seem to have been caught up in almost every single wreck there had been. The wrecks seem to have been able to find you wherever you went. But how's your experience tonight compared to last week?
Well, it didn't start too well, as you saw in the first turn. Going into the first turn, the whole pileup happened. But yeah, I've had some string of bad luck the last few races, and it seems to go in strings of good and bad, and kind of was in a bad string for a while. Hopefully this pulls me out of it. But it was a great race. Like Jay said, you know, him and I were both sort of in the same situation. Had to use our backup car right away. Went back to, I think, about 13th on the next restart, and, you know, fought my way up to the top 4 or 5, and I was there for pretty much the rest of the race. So experience was great. Had a good time.
Oh, most definitely. And Adam, we noticed towards the very end of the race, before the caution, for the last one, you had a battle between yourself and the 28 of Chris Voyles, who at the time was maintaining the 3rd place spot. What was your strategy getting around him? Because with this track being so flat and the tires being so bad, it makes it extra difficult.
Well, yeah, I think I beat him out on the restart. If I recall correctly, the last restart, I think I got a good jump on him, but. Yeah, I got loose a couple times. I was really running the thing on the edge, and I got loose. And to the people behind me, I give credit to them. I think the 48 was one of them. They're late in the race that really checked up behind me and didn't run me down like you know, a lot of situations would have happened. Not calling anybody out, but a lot of people, it would have happened. You would have just got run over. So I appreciate those guys sort of saving me and letting me recover in that spot. But passing was tough. You really had to it was really almost a one-line track, and you really had to dive down and keep it down and hope the person on your outside just sort of washed out of you know, out of being afraid almost, and didn't want to come down on you. So it was tough sledding out there tonight.
Oh, copy that, man. We can only imagine. And you definitely had your hands full out there, but great job on your race here tonight after having not the best race last week at Kentucky. Well, Adam, before we let you go celebrate, any shout-outs you'd like to give or final words?
Yeah, thanks to you guys. Thanks to Extreme Motorsports 99, all the admins. They're putting tough spots multiple times a race, and they do a good job. They keep order, and they put on a great series. Thanks to everyone watching. Appreciate it. And Merry Christmas to everybody.
Well, congrats on your success here tonight, Adam, and see you again after next week at Sonoma. Enjoy the break and have fun, buddy.
All right, sounds good. Have a good night, guys.
And that was 86 of Adam Eisenhower. And now joining us up in the Dre Broadcasting booth is our special guest, the 28 of Chris Voyles, solo driver tonight with the Bandit Motorsports team. Gotta come up there, Chris.
Yeah, Sean, how you doing? What about that? I finally had some luck.
Oh, yes, you did. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good. For a race I just about didn't run, I think I did okay.
Oh, man, indeed. And speaking of your luck, Chris, you've had the worst luck so far this season. How would you define your first season in the Pro Can-Am series?
Well, I hope they give an award out for the worst luck. That's how I would define it. It's after the first race, from race number 2 on, it's just been bad luck every time. So.
Oh, man, indeed, and very, very sorry to hear about that. But despite that, it's been nice seeing you with keeping your head high, still determined to get the job done, despite what the track throws your way, or kept throwing your way week after week. And tonight, man, being the heaviest mover from the 27th place spot to the 4th place spot, gaining 23 spots overall. But how's your experience tonight, man, with the loose conditions?
I actually rather enjoyed it. It was a challenge to drive. I mean, you actually had to drive the car and pay attention, because if you did not pay attention, you were either going to wash up in a turn or you were going to lose it off of 2, like we saw a lot of people do. So it was a fun challenge. I just tried to race the car and not race the people around me, and I got a lot of lucky breaks out there tonight.
And Chris, unlike most drivers out there, I noticed you were changing up your race line, trying to get off the bottom lane. Unlike most, were just pretty much staying on the bottom all race long. How was your experience on the outside? Because it wasn't popular tonight.
I actually preferred the outside tonight. Just the inside line it seemed like to me you would just get bound up. And I witnessed, I think it was the 98 car, he got stuck on the inside, and everybody just kind of freight trained him on the outside, and there was nothing he could do. So I kind of told myself then, need to stick to the outside, at least one lane up or higher, and I won't get in his situation.
Oh, indeed. Well, congrats on your success here tonight, Chris. We look forward to this being your turning point all season long. Round 9, only a few more races here in this 15-week race season. Well, before you go celebrate, Chris, any final words?
I just want to thank you, Sean, and David, and everybody at Extreme Motorsports for putting on the races. I mean, it's been an absolute blast, even though the bad luck I've had, and I'm glad to bring the Bandit Motorsports flag, in the top 5 tonight.
Well, congrats on your success, and also very commendable. It does not go unnoticed. You being very determined to get the job done despite your bad luck. We look forward to seeing you 3 spots higher next race at Sonoma on January 1st. Enjoy your break, buddy, and go celebrate.
Thanks, Joe.
That was 28 of Chris Voiles rounding up all the interviews. So Travis Pryor first for his 4th win. Jay Pryor second, also from the same team, Maverick Motorsports. Adam Eisenhower with the Eisenhower Racing team finishing 3rd. And Chris Voiles, our special guest here tonight with the Bandit Motorsports team. He was actually missing 2 of his teammates, Wally Tierheimer and Kerry Cleaver. But we look forward to seeing all these drivers back. Also missed today, Brian Wassman was not here tonight. We look forward to seeing him back as well at Sonoma Raceway after next week. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, this was the United 70. That's the United 70, round 9 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro K&N series, brought to you by the Extreme Motorsports 99.com. And Dave, any final words?
It was a great race. Can't wait to come back from the Christmas break to see how this is going to play out.
Indeed. And thank you very much once again, ladies and gentlemen, for being a part of the action here tonight, cheering on these drivers, motivating the Dre Broadcasting Network to go back live. Thank you very much. We can never thank you guys enough. And for all the new viewers out there, welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network, and be sure to subscribe so you can get notified every single time we go live, because we are live 4 nights a week. So you guys are kept fed almost every single day of the week, or should say every night of the week, and we always want to thank you guys for that. We can never thank you guys enough. The next race, once again, is after next week. Next week, Extreme Motorsports is off, so next race, January 1st, that's January 1st, the Go Fast Racing 85 at Sonoma Raceway, the road course, Sonoma Raceway, round number 10. The next broadcast will be tomorrow night, round 9, the Overtons 150, that's the Overtons 150, round 9, here with the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Camping Road Truck Series at Pocono Raceway. I am Sean Zulu and David Everly behind the cameras, and check out the Extreme Motorsports 99.com at the Extreme Motorsports 99.com to be a part of the action. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.